Welcome to Charts Today. My name's David Linton, and today's edition for Friday, the 5th of November, Guy Fawkes is coming to you from London. So fireworks. And we start by looking at the energy mix. We're seeing quite a lot of green on the screen, and we'll come back to that at the end. So just looking at the macro position of what's going on in markets. Dollar continues to edge higher, so we really are seeing this dollar strength being very much a theme, and we've got good upside targets on the short-term chart. Remember, this is the weekly, daily, and 60-minute chart and the corresponding point and figure targets. So dollar strength is very much looking like the theme heading into 2022. That's the long-term position. That means, of course, euro weakness against that stronger dollar, and we are just seeing this gradual rolling over, very much like a double top, and for point and figure enthusiasts, there's a fulcrum pattern really, where we're seeing a move lower on the euro. So don't be surprised to see that euro weakness against the dollar being again a theme for next year. Looking at sterling, we're seeing that weaker sterling against the dollar just falling away there, not yet testing the October low, but very much rolling over as well. All about dollar strength really. Against the euro, sterling has fallen as well. There was interest rate expectations yesterday, of course, from the Bank of England. That didn't materialise, and we saw sterling fall very quickly as a result of that. So it's just falling back into the range there. Bitcoin is looking steady at just at $62,000 level. Hasn't done a lot this week, but the $83,000 target is still very much in train. And the S&P 500 index in the US actually up overnight, just continues to make new highs, powering ahead. And if we look at the futures, up very slightly this morning. Our call would probably be flat today, just on the basis that we're not seeing big rises there, but certainly nothing to worry about at the moment. And that's showing through on the VIX volatility, sitting at around 15. Quite low over the last 12 months, so markets are not fearful. The fear index showing through there. Flat in Germany this morning, very little change there. The CAC Quarant up 0.33%. Tokyo was down 0.6%. China and Hong Kong much lower, with more property woes there, and another share suspension pushing the Hang Seng lower. So this is potential black swan, just watching the Chinese property market break down, and that's starting to show up as on the dashboard, if you like, as something to worry about. The S&P 500, the Sensex in India up 0.5%, still looking strong. Target some 50% higher on that long-term chart, and the Aussie market was up as well. Taking a look at wheat, continues to rise, up another 1%, with good strong upside targets there, having made an 11-year high this week, so looking pretty strong there. And corn also stronger. Gold nudging this $1,800 mark. I'll believe it when I see it. It's really struggled to get through $1,800. That's something we need to watch for. Palladium had a good day yesterday, up a further 1.3% today, but it's struggling to hold on to those gains and still just teetering along the bottom, the longer term picture. Still not great. Looking at US 10-year yield sitting at 1.52%, fell away there. Interest rate expectations delayed for the Fed as well. Looking at the energy mix now, and we've gone out to clients this morning with a fairly neutral stance on the most of the markets here. German power, we just edged lower there, so we'll talk about that, but mostly neutral, and that's really because we weren't getting the signals from the market this morning. We saw crude oil bounce and then fall, and that's just leaving us with a lot of volatility on the short term. Keep an eye on the 1-minute charts. It is slightly favouring the downside. That slide yesterday, if we move below that, of course, we activate further downside potential there. US nat gas has been looking strong, but again, just falling away, rolling down, and we do have these downside targets. Not yet activating this new one on the 1-minute chart, but it does suggest that we'll start to see that fall away on nat gas, giving up some of this week's gains. So keep an eye out for activating that target. Of course, we already have one activated. Coal sitting at 107. It's just finding support on the cloud, but will we go through? Not great that the price is through. Struggling on the short-term chart here. Not very clear target, so it's a bit of a hard read for coal. This target all the way back to 71 would be activated if we fall below this low, so just watch for new lows on coal. Emissions, really interesting chart in emissions. We broke slightly yesterday. Looks like if we can go higher again, that is a breakout of the range, and that would be positive. We've got an upside target to 62.60. and that has since we put the report out this morning has been activated. So emissions starting to look like they might go higher. Gas markets up 4% this morning, so that is positive. And we are just seeing here the move through the cloud. We've got good upside targets on the 1 minute charts. Remember, you can follow the morning call here with just watching these targets. So these are the charts that we put out in the morning call, and we are seeing pushing for those targets on MBP and TTF, so that is also quite key. The real thing that we need to watch for gas is TTF getting through this €80 level. That was the support level previously. We put a post on LinkedIn about that yesterday. That was the support level previously. It's now resistance, and if we can break that 80 level, the recovery is assured, and we are just seeing a move through the 60-minute cloud. So that is looking quite positive for gas prices. As we mentioned, German power this morning, we had these downside targets. They were activated. We said if we moved in fact above the 118 level, that would be quite good. We said here, 118. A move above there, more bullish, and that's what we saw this morning. Of course, the picture is changing all the time, and that's why you need to keep an eye on the charts and see what's happening. We've got a new upside target. We did momentarily get above that 118 level. 127 would be the new high if we can break 118.70. So keep an eye on these charts live for those targets being activated. That's it for today. Enjoy the fireworks tonight. Have a great weekend. Until Monday, happy charting. See you then.